So I haven't really added anything here yet. But what I did was I hooked up a calendar and some tasks. So I'm going to select user, and there's Melanie. So the only contact in here right now is me. So I am going to be Melanie's new referral source. And I work for Mercy St. Louis. And there are 10 of us that work for Mercy St. Louis that Melanie likes to go out and see. So I could add in my contacts 10 more people underneath Valerie. I could, add whoever I want. They would all be tagged with Mercy St. Louis, and they would all be tagged with whatever their role is at Mercy St. Louis. And that way, if I wanted to only see in this list the people who work at Mercy St. Louis, because I want to send them all the same email or make sure I have some kind of flyers prepared for them or whatever, then I can sort my list by Mercy St. Louis. If I wanted to go in here and see all the case managers that I had across all organizations, I could just sort by case manager, and I would see all of my case managers. If I wanted to, if I could tag people as PT, OT, ST, utilization review, whatever I want to tag people as, and also the name of their company, and I can sort by however I want to. So if I know I'm going to go to Mercy St. Louis, I'm going to go ahead and sort my list by Mercy St. Louis. So I'm only going to see those people on this list. So there'd be, let's say, 10 of them. And I know I'm going to stop by. So I am going to send an email out to all 10 of these people. So you can do that. You can send you could actually do a drop voicemail if you wanted to. That's, I don't know if anybody's really that bold, but you could do that. And if you had their cell phones, which you probably don't, but if you did, you could also just text them all and say, hey, I'm on my way. Just want to let you know I'm stopping by. I don't know if any of that is stuff you do, but whatever. You do all that. So I look at my contact here. I see that I can see all of the information I need. And if I wanted to put in this referral source, like say my marketing friend, Susie, was the one who introduced me to Valerie, I could put that source in here. Here's where I add my tags. I would make sure that I added them. I think this is going to change soon. They're a customer or they're a lead. You can have them be, if there's somebody who already refers to me, then I would probably make them a customer. If they're new and they're not, haven't ever referred, I might just put them in as a lead. I can add her to an active campaign, which I'll show you in just a second. And then under general info, I have her business name, the address of her business, website, time zone. I haven't emailed or done anything with Valerie yet, but I'll show you that. And then I have some things over here. So I have an appointment set up under Melanie's referral visits. And this is a follow-up from our initial meeting. And I am going to see her at 8 a.m. I'm going to see Valerie at 8 a.m. on March 6th. And here's a note. And I just kind of went off your email. Is this referral source worth my time? Yes, which cued me to go ahead and put in an appointment for a week later. And then I also have a task set up that reminds me that I have a calendar appointment. So I go back to my dashboard where I start my day. I can look at my tasks. I'm going to look at, not Cheryl, I'm going to look at Melanie, and I can see all of my tasks here. If I don't want to see if I complete this task and I've done my appointment, my visit, then I can mark that off. And a better example of that, I showed you in the last video. Here's what a bunch of tasks look like. And these tasks can all be, let's see. These tasks can all be synced up with your calendar so that you know you're going to follow up. It's due in 3 days and it's on your calendar. All right, so the next thing I want to do is show you kind of how tagging makes things automated. So let's say I met Valerie for the first time, and I'm going to go down here to contacts, and I'm on my mobile device, and I have her business card in front of me. And we just met at a chamber meeting, and she's with Mercy St. Louis, and I definitely want to make sure I can follow up with her quick. So I'm on my mobile device. There's a mobile app for this. I add her in, and then what I'm going to do is, because I know what's going to happen, I'm going to go ahead. You can see my task was crossed off here because I did that on my dashboard. I'm going to go ahead and add a tag of new. and I'm going to hit save. So and then I can see what happened. What happened is I actually sent Valerie an email instantly. So my email is canned. It's one that I send to everybody. And it says, Valerie, it was a pleasure meeting you today. My name is Melanie Stover. I'm with ABC Home Health. We're located in Fairhope, Alabama. I have added you to my contact list. Here's my contact information. I didn't put that in there. If you need anything, please let me know. I have a Friday afternoon discharge. That's a challenge to place with home health care. Call me. We can help. Sincerely, Melanie Stover. So you can make this say whatever you want. All of your contact information can be in there. I just did something simple. So when I added the tag new, I put her in my system. I know that I need to add the tag new. Boom, Valerie gets an email while we're sitting there at the networking meeting. So you can do this anytime from the mobile device. Now they've received a follow-up email from you, and you can set that kind of trigger to happen every time you see that referral source. So you could go see Valerie, have a conversation with her, and you can send her an email directly. You don't have to set this up as automated, but you could actually just send her an email from your phone that's already templated. So right here we have templated. We can add as many templates as we want. So if it was such a nice, so nice seeing you today, you could send that. There's all kinds of templates you can add here. So we can add text or email. If you do have their cell phone and that's something you want to do, you could send text them a simple follow-up. So everything that you do that's very regular, that you don't want to have to reinvent the wheel, you can have it as a template, and you can say, thank you for our meeting today. I'll follow up with you in 1 week and see if anything has changed, or whatever you would normally say. So this is malleable and adjustable to any need. That's why the setup fee is there, because, technically setting these up is really very dependent on what they're used to doing and what they want to do. So let's look at scheduling for a second. So this is a fake calendar. This is a Google Calendar. It's called Melanie's Referral Visits. So what I did was I set this up in Google, and it's under my email address. I'll delete it later, and I can see any of my appointments that I have set up. So you can see that on March 6th, I'm supposed to be at Mercy St. Louis at 8 a.m. And I set up my calendar to only allow me to do 1 appointment per hour with a 30-minute buffer in between appointments. So I have drive time. That can be set however you want. You can only do 5 appointments a day because you're spread out. That's, whatever, 10 appointments a day, whatever works. You can take a whole day off, and you can set those up. Let's see, looks like an appointment. So there's this one confirmed appointment in here. I can schedule more. I can do this from my phone. I can do it from my desktop. I can schedule out my whole week. If I use Outlook, what I usually do for folks is set up a Google Calendar, and then Outlook will sync with Gmail and Google Calendar. So what we do is we sync Outlook to a Gmail calendar, and we sync the Gmail calendar here. It's kind of a workaround, but eventually they will also sync directly to Outlook. But if you can get whatever calendar system you normally use to sync up with a Gmail calendar or Google Calendar, then we can work around it. The other thing is this system replaces appointment software. So if I use Appointlit, some people use Calendly. It may not be such a big deal for salespeople, but you will have your own link to send to people to have them set up an appointment with you if that's something that works better. So if you want to send them a link and say, hey, just pick a date on my calendar and we'll get together, which is something I do a lot, then you can just send them a link that has them schedule an appointment to your calendar right here in the CRM. You don't have to buy a different piece of software. You don't have to do anything else. There's also call stats, call logs, and a number pool. So I didn't set a phone number up in here, but under phone numbers, we set up a phone number, and that call forwards to whatever phone number you want. So if you want and this is actually the way that you would be able to keep track of inbound and outbound calls that were made. So if that's something that you need to track on salespeople, we give them a special phone number that's just for them. and they can outbound call from it, which would be up here, and they can take inbound calls. If that would be the phone number they would give out. So all of their texting would come in here. And it's tricky because do you really need to do that? I don't know. Most of them probably have a designated cell phone that's specific to their organization. But if they want to do mass texting from here, like to all of their current staff, or they have other needs, then they can use this system. They don't have to use an on-call phone to text people, and they don't have to buy a separate system or pay for something separate. They get their phone number, it dials directly to their office, but they can also text, and people can text them to that phone number, and all those conversations end up here in the contacts. So right now, you see I've only had one conversation. There's nothing that's unread, but you can see that if I look under conversations and I look under all, I have sent one email to Valerie, and that's my whole conversation. I can SMS her and email her right from here again if I want to. So I would say for referral sources,